According to U.S. intelligence, the FBI, and Homeland Security, they are all warning that the United States is primed for a massive cyber attack. This is why they have been warning us for many months and have been alerting us just recently of these upcoming attacks. Now, I want to address what's going on, where we are seeing some issues, some security risk, and how you could be impacted in the near future. So, if you are an iPhone user or you just use the internet for anything, well, you need to be prepared because you could be part of this cyber attack here in the near future. So, make sure you watch this entire video and I'll explain exactly what is going on. But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So first, let's address why we are seeing more potential attacks on the United States as far as a cyber attack. Well, it has to do with 3 countries. The first one is China, the second one is Russia, the third one is Iran. All 3 countries are feeling the tensions with the United States. But just look at this. This is an article from Bloomberg from about 4 days ago. It says U.S. allies accuse China's spies of directing cyber attacks. It says report accuses China's MSS of backing group behind attacks. It says Australia says hacker group targeted government and private data. Now, here's what you need to understand. The United States has been accusing China for years of spying on the U.S. But now the spying is turning into cyber attacks. And just the other day, look what happened. It says 10 billion passwords have been leaked on a hacker site. Are you at risk? This is an article that just came out today. It says on the latest cybersecurity scare, a file with nearly 10 billion passwords has been posted to a hacking site. It says researchers at Cyber News said they discovered the file posted on July 4th with 9,948,575,739 unique plain text passwords. I didn't realize there's that many passwords that we could think of. But it goes on to say, Cyber News experts said they believe this data dump called RockU 2024 is the largest password leak of all time. Why would they just go and leak all these passwords? Well, according to reports, in some cases, the reason why many passwords get leaked, and a lot of this is account names, account information, passwords, is because some hackers don't feel the need to go and try to steal your identity, steal your information, rob from you. Okay? They just want to put it out there to cause harm. But look at this. It says the passwords on the document have likely been collected from more than 4,000 databases over the last 20 years. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because the cyber attacks that we are seeing today does not mean that it just happened. Okay? The stuff that we keep hearing about doesn't mean it just happened today. Your information could have been leaked and stolen 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or 20 years ago. Okay? Because your birth date doesn't change. Your social security number doesn't change. Okay? Your place that you used to live, your mother's maiden name, right? The college that you went to, your first animal, right? All these things, they don't change. This is how hackers are gaining access into your accounts because the information that they're stealing is from years ago. But guess what? All those things don't change. Your mother's maiden name, I bet it's the same as it was, 5 years ago. It will be still the same in 10 years ago. It's not going to change. Your animal's your first name, your first animal's name, right? The street that you grew up on, your high school, right? Your high school mascot, right? These things don't change. That's the reason it's turning into a bigger issue. But look at this. This is something I think is, it's concerning. Apple, just yesterday, issues a new spyware attack warning to iPhone users. Let me ask you this question. Do you have an iPhone? Okay? If you have an iPhone, type in the comment section below, I have an iPhone. Because my guess is that about 80% of the people that watch my videos have an iPhone. The reason I say that is because YouTube gives me that information. And we know this. We know how many people are watching from an iPhone versus a computer, a tablet, right? From their television. We know all this information. But I want to read you this. Look at this. It says Apple has issued a new spyware attack warning to users in 98 countries. That's concerning. But guess what? Apple issued a similar spyware alert back in April when it warned users, iPhone users in 92 countries, they had been targeted in attacks. Most people had no clue. Most people had no idea that these attacks were happening. Look at this. It says, Apple detected that you are being targeted by a mercenary spyware attack that is trying to remotely compromise the iPhone associated with your Apple ID. Apple wrote this on its new spyware alert. Now, what happens? Well, here's what you need to understand. You could be targeted and you never know it. Okay? Most people, they leave their phone on all the time. Okay? According to reports, what experts say is you need to shut your phone off. Okay? Actually shut it off. Okay? Don't just hit the button and turn the screen off. Shut the thing off and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Now, I'm no technology expert. I don't know exactly what this does, but according to this report, by shutting off your phone, even just for 10 seconds, it pretty much shuts everything down, wipes everything away. So if there's somebody trying to attack your phone, they have they're already in. Well, that could shut them down, where they couldn't actually access any of your information. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing, change your passwords somewhat regularly, because if you're changing them every 10 years, again, like I said, if your information was stolen 8 years ago or 10 years ago, your password is still the same. So they say change it, every so often. Make it a habit where you go in and you change your passwords. Now, I want to show you this. It says spyware is so dangerous because it can allow complete access to your iPhone, including encrypted messages on WhatsApp and Signal, as well as your audio and video. It says because it's delivered in so-called zero-click attacks, an attacker sends an image over iMessage, for example, requiring no interaction. Spyware can be difficult to mitigate. It says, however, Apple says in its lockdown mode will stop spyware altogether. Although it will affect your iPhone's functionality, at the same time you can sometimes tell spyware is on your device if it has slowed down or you see apps you haven't installed. That's one of the questions I got from a friend of mine just recently. Is he asked, is Apple pushing out new updates? And the reason he asked this is because he saw a similar looking app to his YouTube app. Okay, he's a YouTube creator as well, or a content creator on YouTube, and he saw a similar app to YouTube and he clicked on it. Well, what they're asking him to do is log into his YouTube account. He didn't do that yet because he wasn't too sure, and it was kind of suspicious on his part. But he looked at it and he asked me, "Did you get a new YouTube thing?" I said no. He deleted it. He actually emailed YouTube or somebody, and they said no, that they don't have a new app. And so that right there just showed me that, yeah, he probably was targeted with some type of spyware. So just be on the lookout for that. Now, am I saying that this is all China and Russia and Iran? Absolutely not. But here's the thing. Those three countries are looking at ways to find out more information about the United States, find out more information about people, what we do, our habits, right, our hobbies, right? The more information they have, the key, that will be the key to pretty much winning over if we do have a war. So again, right now it's all about just preparing for a potential war in the near future. So I will leave you with that. But again, as of today, that is what we know. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.